Welcome to Insights to Strength. I'm your host, J Love, and this podcast was curated to remind you that you are not your circumstance. Join me as I encourage you through the Word of God, help you to identify your strengths, and vocally walk alongside you in purpose. Hey there, beautiful people, and welcome back to Insights to Strength. I'm your host, J Love, and I want to talk a little bit today about identity. Now, there was some time ago that I was working with some young ladies, and how I would sometimes begin our conversations are is was with asking them, "Who are you?" Without you telling me your name, I wanted them to be able to discuss who it was that they are. Now, being that they were young, asking them this question would always throw them off kilter, like it didn't fail. They would just always kind of tell me their name. Now, imagine being an adult, male or female, and not knowing or having an answer to that particular question. I am certain that there is both visible conflict and invisible turmoil. There's also a bit of difficulty in being able to communicate this particular deficit because we want to know who we are. We want to be able to have an answer to who it is that we are and not being able to provide that information. It's frustrating, but I've been there. And it hurts to admit that I was there, but I'm also sure that it hurts not knowing or being able to say the words, I don't know who I am. Many times, what we do is we identify or base our identity off of what it is that we do instead of who we are. For example, we give what our occupation is. So, who are you? I'm a teacher. Like, what do you do? I educate students. There's a difference. So again, being someone who didn't always know who she is, um, for this particular answer, even for this series, I had to go to God and really answer or ask him that question. Because again, I'm guilty of not knowing who it was that I identified with being or who it was that I am. I was actually going to others. I remember back in 2012 where I began my journey of getting back on, kind of getting back on track and building my relationship with God and things of that nature. And to assist me in that, I started calling up people, friends, family, individuals that I believed who knew me well to provide me with an answer as to who I was. But again, now I've been able to come to a place where I go to God now. Like, God, who am I? Who who is it that you say that I am? And how about it? He actually answered me. I expected an answer, of course, but he readily answered me and began to say to me things like, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. This is what he told me. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. He said to me that I am the head and not the tail. He told me that I called you to be a watchman. And so when I asked him, he not only gave me an answer, but he gave me position and he shared with me my purpose. So for the next couple of weeks, we will begin to deal with identity and we will deal with it in three phases. One, identity as an antecedent, which means that we're going to deal with it in who we are made to be or who we were created to be. We will then deal with it as a parentage, which means that we will deal with it from a genetic perspective, with our parents and things of that nature. And then we will deal with it um, in the terms of connections, who we are attached to. I am ecstatic to um, go through this journey or have this journey in a live form. So I'm going to get off here and I'm actually going to head over to Instagram and share the same information with my Instagram family. Um, so if you aren't already following me on Instagram, we are Insights to Strength on Instagram. Feel free to follow us on there so that you can get the live feed, right? You will see me actually laugh, right? You'll begin to get a real feel for my personality and how I conduct my body language and all of that good stuff while I actually talk with you all. But before I go, I'm also going to provide you with the definition of identity. And it is this: identity is one, the state or fact of being the same, two, the state or fact of being a specific person or thing, and then identity is also individuality, which is the state of being as described. Again, we'll be dealing in these next couple of weeks identity as an antecedent, as parentage, and as a connection. I cannot wait to get the feedback and the voicemails and the comments and even your strength stories as it is related to identity. As always, ladies and gentlemen, keep praying, keep pressing, and stand tall. I'm out.